Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's almost afternoon on the East Coast. I am in Central Time Zone at the moment. I live in Central Time Zone, but I am at one of my favorite places, which I will reveal momentarily. I'm in Dallas, though, and working on a very special project, which I can't speak about yet, but it's going to solve a lot of problems for a lot of people. And that's how you do really well, right? So I had wanted to come on a little earlier, but I was running out of the house, staying at a friend's, and there's people building furniture, and her maid is there, and it was absolutely crazy. So I decided to take a ride, and I opened up my GPS, and I put in Duncan because I don't have it in Slidell, and voila, it was here. So I rode down the road, got myself an iced coffee. It's absolutely beautiful out. And I decided to sit down and have a chat with you guys. So I want to go back to a topic that I've been talking about for years. If we've just met, my name's Diane Hochman. I haven't had a regular job in 25 years. I've been working from home, working from everywhere, and just having a lot of fun. By the way, can you guys hear me okay? And somebody give me a shout. Let's see if I can see the comments. I'm on my phone. I didn't even know this thing worked on my phone. So I'm happy. And I've been talking about building a list. I started building a list. It's so good, Joe. I'm all about my Dunkin' Donuts. I can drink it black too. I like it with cream, but I can drink it black. I don't care. And Starbucks ain't the same, and there ain't nothing else by me that's the same. So whenever I go home to my mom's, it's the first stop I make when I get off the plane. I know exactly where the Dunkin' is. So anyway, I've been talking about building a list since the beginning of time. If you know me at all, that's all I really talk about because the list is the answer. But the list has been really complicated and maybe confusing. No, John, it's StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard because that'll let me broadcast to a bunch of places. So the list is everything because when I was a young mom, putting everybody into a list, and originally my list was a snail mail list. I've been doing it that long. Putting everybody onto a list and being able to send everybody information at one time and then having people contact me if they were interested or wanted more info made my life easier. It made my business doable around my two little kids. Well, my two little kids are grown women and the technology has obviously changed dramatically, but the concept hasn't. Okay. Everybody has a list. Everybody has a list. You have a list of like people who like to watch football with you, people who like to knit with you, people who you go drinking with, or people that you, I don't know, meditate with, or whatever you're into. You have a list. You have a list of people. It's in your mind of people who do this with me and people who do this with me. You know, family members I love, family members I can't handle being with. You have a list. Most people have just not put their list into some place where they can contact the right people at the right time quickly and easily. So now you take that into business. We all have a list, okay? We all have a list. Hey, Toya, anytime StreamYard shows up, Toya shows up. Hello, Toya. Um, we all have a list in our business. When we start our business, if you're new in network marketing, they tell you to make a list. It's because they know you have a list. We all have a list as we make connections and we connect. You notice that each person that comes on and says anything in the chat, I know you. You're part of my mental list of people. I have you all in categories. The question is, how many people have taken the time to systematize all of their contacts? Because your business is all about your contacts. You guys understand that, right? We can be fancy on the internet and call it the audience. We can call it our warm market. We can call it our circle of influence. We can call it anything we want. It's the one thing that we all have and can expand. And it's the one thing that most people are afraid of. They're afraid of talking to their warm market or bothering their warm market, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because they don't want to be that yucky, salesy, yucky person. But when you create a list using technology, you don't have to be yucky at all. That's what people don't really embrace. And those that do are making a lot of money. Because if I find out that this group of people responds, for example, this software that I'm using right now It's called StreamYard. It allows me to broadcast with the account I have up to 8 places at a time. It allows me to have guests. It allows me to have backgrounds and backdrops and all kinds of fancy stuff that I've never done. It allows me to record. It allows me to show, my slide deck. It allows me to upload videos. But what's really exciting, and this is not a live to sell StreamYard, although if you want to buy it, let me know. I have a link. I'd love to help you with it. But this is not about that. But what I want you to understand is that if I talk about something and somebody says I'm interested, they can be put with a tag that they're interested in live streaming. Okay, they're interested in live streaming. And maybe they're not interested in buying any particular product today, but they express that they have an interest in live streaming. So anytime a good deal about live streaming comes up, I can send it to those people. It might be 10 people, it might be 20 people, it might be a handful of people. But when I send those people info about a new product or a great deal, I mean, my friend John's on here. We had worked together previously on something that brought a great deal on a live streaming product to people. People gobbled it up. I didn't have to sell it. They thanked me. They still thank me to this day for letting them know about that particular offer. So when you take people and whether you're having conversations in person, whether you're having conversations on your Facebook wall, whether you're having conversations on a live stream, whatever it may be, and people express an interest in something, not categorizing them into your list so that you can help them and let them know about what you have coming up. Maybe there's a training coming up. Maybe there's an event coming up. Or like, for example, I'm in Dallas. Now, I didn't geographically tag any of the people, so I put on Facebook who's in Dallas. But guess what I did now? I make sure I put everybody who's near Dallas tagged in a specific way so that the next time I'm coming to Dallas, I can do a shout out and say, hey, meet me at Dunkin' Donuts. By the way, Dunkin', the stupid stickers, but y'all should get me for an endorsement deal. I live for Dunkin'. I am a New Englander displaced. Dunkin' is life. So anyway, when you do it properly, when you become a list crafter versus a list builder, that's my new term, right? My friend made it up. I didn't make it up. I'm not trying to take credit. But when you become a list crafter versus a list builder, what happens is people are thrilled to hear from you. What happens is people are opening your email or your text. What happens is it's like Christmas morning when they hear from you because they know they're getting something interesting. And back in the day, I had to mail everybody, and I'm sorry about the background noise. I'm on the street. Hopefully it's not too bad. I didn't bring my mic because I didn't know I was doing this. Back in the day, I just mailed everybody the same thing. And even for years with my newsletter, because I'm not technical, my whole vibe was just kind of like, I'm here and I'm sending it out. And if you want to hear from me, subscribe here. But now, I don't know whether, and here's a question for you guys. Does technology get easier as time goes by, or are we just more familiar with more things? So all of a sudden, something that seemed very complicated before, all of a sudden feels simple. I don't know. But now I'm learning a new system and I'm learning new tools, and I'm learning that tags and segmenting people, it used to sound so fancy, segmenting. All of these things are very simple, and you can even do it manually. You don't even have to be fancy dancy and have all these triggers and stuff. What happens when you have all your kids' friends' moms in one place so you can send them all a thing like something's up, or there's a cookie sale, or there's a whatever, or maybe there's something that happened to a kid in the neighborhood, something's going on in the neighborhood, you want to let all your neighborhood, John, I've been waiting to hear from you about what you got. And you see, notice John says to me, I have something new and cool, and he's joking and saying shiny object. I know he only brings me good things, but there's a good chance that John either has something that will make my life and my business easier, or something that we can make money with together. And either way, it's always good. What if everybody wanted to hear from you because of the way they perceived your communication? What if you were a list crafter instead of a list builder? What if you were a list crafter instead of a list slammer? What would happen? So you're going to hear a lot from me on this, and a lot from me on a lot of other things, but it's a new day and age. I also read an email this morning from a colleague that made so much sense. It was like, so I'll be talking about that stuff too. I will, of course, name my source, but things have changed. I've been doing attraction marketing for years, right? List crafter over a list slammer. Toya, it's such a different energy. And I think for so long, people that have I was somebody that was afraid of selling, but I became good at it. And the reason why I became good at it is because I worked ways to serve people instead of sell people. And when I presented them with the right offer, they just wanted it. So when you think about it, there's a whole new marketplace. There's all new kinds of stuff going on. Things have shifted, and I was always known as the queen of attraction marketing. But her letter today jarred me because you know what? The model that I taught for 15 years is outdated now. It's outdated now. And there's a whole new world right now. And that's why new people are excelling, and people, a lot of people who maybe were successful for years are sitting there going, what the heck? Why isn't this working anymore? Things have shifted. So list crafter over list slammer, right? Because list builder's one thing, list slammer, because that's what they do. You ever opt in for something and you start getting these like slammity emails, and it's like boom, 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 boom. Give us your money, give us your money, give us your money. It's so unappealing. There's a better way to do it. There's a better way to do it. And I'm the queen of storytelling, so storytelling is still very in. Storytelling is still the right way. But there's a mechanism, there's a way to craft a list, nurture a list, have that list be thrilled to hear from you. That is, it's not that it's new, it's just that we have new ways of doing it that make it even more palatable to your consumer. So, with that being said, I'm going to go off and finish my dunks. I got a stop to make. I'm driving in a new city, which always makes me, you know, be extra aware, so there will be no talking on the phone or anything in the car. Gonna run a couple errands and go back to the house and get back on the drawing board. Lots of work going on. Hey, Anthony. If you guys are not on my email list at dianehochman.com, and that is my original list, so that is not segmented yet, but wait till you see what's coming, and you want to hear about new developments and things that are going on, definitely stop over there. And if you were on my list like 3 years ago and then you kind of dropped off, it's time to come back because there's new stuff going on. All right. Like, share, do all that other good stuff. I hate to pander for it, but I'm trying to kind of get back out there and make sure everybody's hearing these new messages. So if you feel anybody would be served by any of it, please feel free to share it. And with that, I bid you all sweet adieu. Have a great day. Talk to you later.